Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So we are approaching the end of spooky season and usually I like to celebrate the end of October with some kind of fun spooky photo shoot. And as you might have seen the title, I'm going to do a black-eyed kid photo shoot. Now if you don't know what that means, sit down, get cozy, get scared, and I will tell you. And I'm gonna get started with my makeup. Usually the black-eyed kids are between the ages 6 and 16 according to Wikipedia. So I was thinking maybe I should make myself look younger, but then I thought about it a bit more and was like, nah, I'll just make myself look short. But I'm gonna get a pale base going by mixing my foundation with a lot of light concealer and setting myself with more ashy tones and stuff like that while telling you a bit more about the folklore. Folklore? Is it called folklore if it's on the internet? I don't think so. Let me just tell you more about this urban legend. Okay, but hold on, a quick makeup side note. I'm not going to put on full coverage because I want like my natural skin to come through to be a little uneven, a little less perfect looking overall. But I do want some kind of base to blend on, especially because I'm going to go black around the eyes. So a black-eyed kid is, yeah, seriously, that's what they are. And it kind of capitalizes on the concept of something that looks human but isn't human. And what adds to the spookiness is these kids show up in places that they really shouldn't be, like in the middle of a forest or on the side of a dark highway in the middle of the night. Sometimes they show up on someone's front porch at 2 a.m. just staring into the house. Generally just creepy kid stuff. Where do these kids come from? Your guess is as good as mine. What do they do? Well, no one who has had an encounter has lived to tell the tale. So it's one of those fun, really vague creepypastas where you can do a lot with it because there isn't a lot of information set in stone. But the concept of these kids really creep out some people because if you see a kid lost in the middle of the wood late at night, it's gonna be weird and why are they? But you also want to help them. And what harm could a kid possibly do? But in this case, you don't want to find out. I'm setting my face with some really light and pale colors. I don't want to be like ghostly white, even though I think I'm pretty ghostly white. And that's not because of the legend. These kids usually aren't ghostly white, but I want this for the picture. I want it to be contrast between a healthy person and another person. My problem is my neck is not white. I'm just going to try and put some white powder on my neck, but I don't think it's going to get it that light. But that's okay. Like I can lighten up the skin tone on my neck while I'm editing, but my face not so much. Now the vibe I'm going for with my face is ghostly Victorian child. So for that I'm going to pick up some grey and I'm going to work it into all the typical contour areas. I don't quite want to go in with black because I don't want to overdo it. But I don't want my whole face to be like flat because I went in with such pale colors. Especially since the pictures won't be like close up, I want you to still be able to see the different aspects of my face. And for that reason I'm going to make my eyebrows like super intense. So let me contour in all the typical places. Plus I want my nose contoured. What can I say? Now again, because the base is so light, I'm going in with such a light hand and such a small amount of product. Now I'm mostly working with cool tones because again, everything's pale and ashy. I'm sure you got that by now. But all my brushes typically have warm tone things on them, specifically my face brushes. So I'm kind of like worried that I'm going to use a brush and then suddenly going to have this nice, warm, rich contour on my face. I'm going to have to blend that, but so far so good. I'm going to dig into this white shade here and I'm going to use it to set next to my nose and underneath my eyes. With the smallest touch of black, I'm just going to deepen my cheekbones. Just because I think hollowing out your cheekbones really help you look all ghastly. And I'm also going to take it down my neck here with some gray tones. Because somehow neck definition always makes you look a little bit more dead. I don't know why, but I feel like a pop of like a pale but bright pink will help with a dead look. So I'm going to pick up a touch of this one here. Which like this is an ancient palette that I can just dig into for Halloween things. And I'm going to put the blush there. Not a lot, but I want there to be a little bit of something. I'm going to go in with a bit of a gray color in the bags underneath my eyes. And I found that for this, it helps to look further away and not in the mirror too close up. Because it looks like you're following the curve in your close-up mirror. And then when you look a bit further away, it doesn't look that nice. It looks like almost too curved. So accentuate what people can see from a distance. And again, this is a photo shoot. So everything needs to be dramatic so that you can see it from a distance. I got it nice and dirty looking under this eye. I'm also going to take it right under my lash line, but that's probably going to blend out with the black in a bit. Which is why I'm not too concerned about the eye area itself. You'll see what I'm going to do there in a minute. But I'm going to blend that a bit. But I feel I need a bit of that spooky coloring around my mouth as well. When I did my like zombie look. I felt like my mouth looked too healthy for something undead. So I want more of a dark tone around my mouth to make it look a little less natural. I don't quite know what to do here because my lips are nice and bright and pink here. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna go a little bit darker, but we'll get to that. Let's move on to the eyebrows. I want my eyebrows to be quite defined and slightly angry looking from a distance. So I'm going to make them a bit more angular than usual. And usually I just go in with brown, but I'm going to mix in a bit of black because I want everything to have that cool, darker tone to it. I just don't want to go all out straight black brows. I feel like that's going to be a bit too much. And again, we're supposed to be looking like children, and black brows don't really scream, you know, youthful. Now, what's the plan for this photo shoot? I really thought about this one because the one I did last year did not turn out how I wanted it to. And as cool as the look was, the pictures just weren't it. It was lots of fun though. I did Frankenstein's bride because I just put the blonde streaks in. So I did like a beehive hairstyle, some normal glam, threw on my lab coat, went to a brewery actually, of all places. We had one on the property, and then made it look like I was in some kind of lab. But this time, the plan is to have multiples of myself in the shot. So I'm gonna have one normal, healthy, innocent looking version of myself running away from the camera. And then you're gonna have all the black-eyed kids peeking out from trees and stuff in the background. I have a location in mind, but I don't know if I'm gonna have access to it. We're gonna try our best. Otherwise, we'll just find something else with trees and make it work. And I want it to be one of those pictures that like the more you look at it, the spookier it gets. I feel like that's as good as the brows are going to get, so I'm going to move on to the eyes. And I'm going to create a black smoky eye. Ideally, you'd use like those black sclera lenses that makes your eye black. But number one, those are expensive, and number two, you can't wear them for a long time. So we're going to DIY this instead. And instead of having black irises, we're just going to have black voids instead. So I'm going to color in my lid with my black eyeliner just to get some kind of base going. I'm sure you guys know the drill by now, but if not, I do have a good black smoky eye tutorial for you. But what we're going to do different today is I also want to take the black underneath my eye. And what I'm going to do to have black eyes in the pictures is I am going to simply close my eyes. So my boyfriend's really going to come in handy making sure all the shots come out fine. Now, because everything's going to have to be solid black, make sure you do color in your waterline, just so that there isn't any gap or any color can peek out that is not black. I'm going to use a brush to touch on all the black eyeliner to kind of blend it all together and kind of fade the edges a little bit. You're probably still going to have a harsh line, but that's okay. Just get it a little bit more uniform, especially under the eye. But for all of those worried that you have to be good at makeup to make a good Halloween look, you don't. The wonderful thing about Halloween is you just get to throw everything on and call it a good day. I'm also going to add some of my trusty old putty here. This is just some like jelly eyeshadow that's supposed to make it glittery, but it doesn't, and it just really helps the eyeshadow to grip on. Now bring out your blackest black. Mine is in the ABH Soft Glam palette, which as always, ironic. I'm going to take the same brush that I just blended that with, pick up a lot of black and start stamping it onto my lid. The reason I'm stamping it is to deposit as much pigment as possible, to get it as dark as possible, as quick as possible. Don't forget to go in with an eyebrow brush, pick up a bit of black and put it right on the edge of your waterline. You could do this at the top and the bottom and see how it makes it that bit darker. So now that we're here, I want to fade it out a bit more. So I'm going to pick up some black on this flat yet fluffy brush. And I'm going to go on the edge where I applied that black. And I'm just going to blend and blend and blend and blend. Don't forget to drag it underneath your eye to blend all of that as well. And in that inner corner so that everything goes together kind of seamless. Now that I'm happy with the shape of that, I'm going to pick up a big fluffy blending brush and blend it a last bit all around everything. I don't really want a transition shade. If you want, you can go in with a bit of a gray. I'm just doing this so it's not too choppy. And then just so that my lashes don't stand out, I'm going to go in with some mascara to get them as black as everything else. No lashes required because we're going to pretend we don't have eyes. And then for the mouth, I'm going to take what is left on my beauty blender, really stamp it on my lips, get them nice and pale. I think I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush and a bit of that grey colour and go right on the edge of my lips. Kind of trying to make my lips look a bit smaller and grosser. I'm picking up a touch of black because the silver just isn't dark enough. And then with some black shadow left on this brush, I'm going to stamp that in the middle of my lips. Kind of blend that. And that is the bulk of it, but I feel like I'm still a little bit shiny, like especially on my lids, I think because I used some cream products in there. So I'm going to go in with a bit more powder and just set everything. Like here on my cheeks, I have some shine. I'm going to go over my mouth, why not? And then on my eyes, this should be a translucent powder, so it shouldn't make anything too light. But if it does, it's just going to blend everything together at least. What do you think? Ooh.
Spooky.
Spooky, yeah, that's the plan. Now add a little bit of black here around my nose. I'm first putting it in with like a dirty blending brush just to get the color there. And then I'm going in with my kabuki brush to just go over it until it looks blended in. But now for the strategically placed highlighter, I'm going to pick up a bit of a silver color. And I'm going to put it on my nose to highlight the nose contour a bit under my brows, because how could I not? And like a touch on my cheeks. Now for the mouth, I'm going to take a bit of a darker tone actually and put it a bit in the middle. This will kind of help accentuate the texture of my lips so you can still see I have lips, but they're still dark and not okay looking. Now after blending and making sure I'm happy with everything, that is it. So I'm just going to set this all with setting spray. And then yeah, for my outfit, I'm going to wear a white button-up shirt. So I'm going to have to clean my hands to make sure I don't get black on anything. And I think I'm just going to let my hair down. I want it kind of like in my face. So I'm probably going to do like a middle part and then down on the sides. And then I'm just going to be like peeking out from around corners, which means you will be seeing my hands. I'm going to take my nail polish off, which is like chipping off horribly in anyways. And I'm probably going to make my fingers a little bit black. And to do that, I'm just going to pick up some black on a fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to like go around the edges of my fingers like that, just to make it like a little bit dirtier. The nice thing is the colors also stick into my nail a little bit. And then you see this is how it looks. It looks a little less natural. I don't want to do all my fingers now because like I said, I still need to take my nail polish off. But just so you get an idea of what it looks like, it's really easy. You really just like scribble on your finger with your brush. And that's it. Now for the part where I'm supposed to look all healthy, happy, and lovely, I'm just going to let my hair down the back. And I'm going to be walking away from the camera so you won't be seeing all of this. And then I'm just going to wear like a pretty dress or something. Oh, I have like the perfect dress and I'm going to have like a ribbon in my hair and everything. So let's get all that done. Let me quickly give you the final look with the hair and everything. And I'm also going to turn on the lighting a bit so you can see it does work. Like right now it doesn't look like I have, you know, sockets for eyes. But let me show you. If I'm going to split my hair down like this, just let it down all spooky like. What is it with like flat hair in horror movies, huh? I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna turn my brightness down a bit so you can see this really is like a look for low lighting. My camera keeps like adjusting for the low lighting. But I also adjusted in editing, but then this is what it looks like, all spooky and everything. I actually hope it looks nice because my eyes are closed and I can't tell. Try to not scrunch your eyes, you need to like relax your eyes. And then this is what it looks like. And now let's go take some fun pictures. This is already 10 times spookier now that we are standing outside, but this is where we're gonna try and take the picture. Say hello! So here's like trees kind of framing it. We're on the university sports campus, which like use the facilities while you got access to them. The only thing is like there's lights everywhere, like as you can see everywhere, so everything's kind of lit up. So I'm gonna try and use this one, but it's like super yellow. So let's see when I edit this if I can make it okay. So this is what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing like a tank top and shorts. For the spooky thing, like I said, I'm just gonna wear a white button-up shirt and my hair is gonna be split down the middle. It looks very like Grudge vibes to me. And you know what? That's kind of the point. And I kind of like this harsh lining. It makes it scarier. But let's put this on. What arm is that?
Your right arm.
There we go. Let's not get these black hands on the shirt.
Okay, hold on. Let me just loop this up.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see like the cool fingers from a distance, but it's okay, it's fine. So this is what we got. So now I'm going to hide behind a bunch of trees and we're going to take a bunch of pictures and then we're going to stitch them all together. I am going to change into like a more normal like dress I have, and I'm going to take like the top half of my hair back so you can see the blonde, put in a braid and stuff. Very cute, so you can contrast the spooky and the cute. But let's do this. Let's do this. Alright, so when we got there, I set up my tripod, made sure I got a clean shot of the background, and then took a bunch of different pictures. These are all the different shots I got, and then I removed the background, overlaid them and composited them in a way I liked, and then all that was left to do was to edit the lighting. I wanted it to be dark, spooky, creepy, and I definitely got that vibe. You'll see with these shots where everything's like close up, I definitely need to make the eyes darker because you can see what's going on. But with everything further away, I first put everything like on one shot like you can see here, and then I chose the ones that looked good together. But these are far enough away that the eyes look dark enough with the makeup that I did. I then made this cute little melody where the different things pop in and out, and then that is the final result. I'm very happy with how these pictures turn out. I think they're spooky, they're definitely the vibe I was going for, and a great end to this spooky season. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed spending Halloween with me, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye bye! I feel like the one brow. Cabby, hi.
What's she doing?
She bumped my tripod.
Oh.